Um, it's one of these videos. My mom's taking a nap. My brother's out until tomorrow. He's staying over at someone's house. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I just got done listening to Fallen. Says it right. Fallen by Burzum. Really good. It's really short, but pretty sure I knew that before I played it. I think I've listened to the whole album like 3 times or 4 times total. Like all in one sitting. I'm trying to navigate this teacup, taking the tea bag out. And now I'm going to rinse it. My mom's, like I said, she's taking a nap. So I'm gonna be quiet and turn on the loud sink. Here we go. Love the sweater, it shrunk. Today, it's still a good time to go for a walk around the cemetery, but I wanna, 37 degrees, it's the warmest it will be today. Before I bring the records and the 2 books I brought out, before I bring those out, let's step outside. Let's step outside and let's chill for a moment. Maybe I can, no. Maybe that will work, or fall. So, pretty quiet out. Might go for a walk tonight. This kind of shrunk, so it's rising up already. I can hear distant cars, I can hear birds. There's just a lot of them. They're getting really confused as to, like, migrate? Not? I don't know. It looks, let's investigate this. Looks like there's like a fruit right there, but we don't have any trees that yield fruit or anything nutritious. Let's go. I don't need a selfie stick. All I need is this. I don't know what that is. Right there. Nope. Didn't come from up there. It must have. Well, the apples that fell off the neighbor's tree, that happened a while ago. Like, they took them off, and there hasn't been apples for a long time. And they haven't been sitting around. They actually picked them up and put a bucket, said free apples. Fucking bruised and gross. Shut up. Okay, let's hit it. It felt soft. Here I go. I still have my keys in my pocket. Okay. Investigated that. I'm going to take the vinyl just so I can keep recording, and then I'll come back for the books. To my room. Let me turn on a light. Let's put away Fallen right there, right next to Cibo Matto's Hotel Valentine and Satyricon self-titled. I don't have an order for them. I try to keep the black metal with the black metal and everything else with that with that because I like collecting my black metal on vinyl. I like it. It's like the aesthetic of it's very pleasing, and it always comes with something nice. Once again, we're gonna do this angle. Nothing wrong with that, right? I was trying to go through the Forgotten Realms campaign guide. This one right here. That one. Hard to concentrate, but the Dungeon Master Guide, 5th edition, has so much in it compared to any other. Like, every Dungeon Master's Guide has something different in it to teach you, because it's like, it's easy to forget something, like, but with this, I believe if you can read a good chunk or half of that, you can be a great Dungeon Master. 3.5, also excellent. At least like the first half of the book. Rest is like tables, and I understand people are into random generation or just lists. 4th edition, Dungeons & Dragons, great. Almost a little better than 3.5. Actually, no, 3.5 is better. 4th edition. Then Dungeon Master's Guide 2, 4th edition, great. That one's great. Let's put away one book at a time. In my closet. Let's keep those books. I wish I got into 3.5 first, so I wouldn't have all these fluff like 4th edition books and a bunch of player handbooks of like player handbooks 1, 2, 3. It's because 3.5 I'm pretty sure just had player handbook 1, and those are the races instead of all these crazy high fantasy races. High fantasy miscellaneous races like Shard-minded and Minotaurs, playable Minotaurs. They're cool, but I don't know, I like to stick to my regular stuff. But I do like the Eberron campaign guide. I like that, slowly liking that. I like dungeon crawlers that are just dark. Always dark and repetitive and like labyrinths and ever changing even when inside. And let me put my keys away. Just cliches, full of cliches, and all these really dark non-humanoid creatures and necromancers and beholders, and that's just all that. It's like there's just this evil dark force that's really territorial and just doesn't accept anyone else in. It's a one-way dungeon, unless you can survive and like loot. I like that, like power gaming in a dungeon crawly, just cliche dungeon, and then once you leave the dungeon, it's full of rich lore and what's not misguided, but like just like all these corners that you're never expecting, like that kind of storytelling. I like, you know, two opposites, like that. Lord of the Rings, that's what the movie felt like, when it's like, dialogue. We need to blah, and like also like in a place of orcs, and like, or like there's just a battle and they're just helping each other, and it's like fast paced, and what's that scream? Yeah, that like cheesy scream that's used in every movie, Wilhelm scream. Yeah, and you get some of those, and there's like cliches, and then once the battle and the wherever like inside like dungeon kind of place, once they're out of that, it gets serious and creative, and it looks nice too, and it looks different. Only if there's a way like to do something like this, be like, hey, what's up? But like this top shelf that I've once minimalized, but there's still like crap on it. But I like my mini guitars and Yellow Submarine things that I got from when I was 4 years old. I guess that's as minimal as it's gonna get. It gets really fucking dusty up there. But this is what I want to clean off. This part, like, there's my fan, that's the middle part. Usually I put D&D books I can't fit over there. These are Jordan's. He had to go back to where he used to live, his mother's, to get them so I can like check them out, because I still want to do D&D. I'd love to do a character creation and a session this month, but I'm not sure if that's going to be possible with everyone's schedule and mine. And I would have to... Nah, it's impossible to do a character creation and session in one, because I want to get like a poll of like what people think are interesting. Yeah. So I guess that's all I have to say. I think there's going to be Sleepy Cabin podcast tonight, which is full hype. Awesome. Might go for a walk. Might have some more tea. Might try that other licorice and slippery bark, something bark. Sounds awesome. It's like a throat coat. Similar thing. Along with honey, and that's great. Linkin Park's In the End, sung by scenes from 183 movies, is epic. I've seen it. It's great. I really don't like Facebook, but there's a few people that I'm like, I'm looking out for some good news from you. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're dead. I'm kidding. Yeah, it's a gloomy day. Really nice, gloomy. Also, I learned this keyboard's great. The Islander chords by Nightwish, and realized that I think it's minor sevenths that I just love. G minor seventh. An old man by the seashore at the end of days. You know, I'm gonna let you go, guys. But I love this when, like, Craig's not here, or my dad's not here, and I'm just talking. How about some of that lighting? I like that. You'll see in modern movies, you get, like, some warm color and a cool color. And you just put that on a movie poster and have them, like, posing in the middle, like some Assassin's Creed stuff, and you'll get millions, and then you'll run away to your cabin. Not cabin, mansion. As if you're like the dude from, like, the Flappy Bird. So stupid. I am getting fat again, and I look like trash.